Hey friends, it's Sarah back with another video. There's a cat showing you essentially what I'm making for dinner every week. 7 dinner ideas, maybe some fun fast food thrown in this week. So I hope you stick around and see all of the meals that I made. So now let's go see what's for dinner. There's another crazy cat. Here is the week's grocery haul. There are some items that aren't groceries, so it was $110, but let's go through this. I got some Christmas lights, so these were like $23. We did get this big pack of Gatorade for him to stay hydrated after the surgery. Onions, bananas, sweet potatoes, and another butternut squash, since that was so good that we had at Thanksgiving. Some butter because I'll be doing some holiday baking soon, Greek Gods yogurt, some broccoli. Here is our $20 stock up. You can tell exactly what it is right away. It's canned beans. So I got chili beans and refried beans, kidney beans, cannellini beans, great northern beans, and black beans. And these will be great for soups and chilies throughout the winter. That was $20 of beans. They are, I think almost every one of them was just 86 cents a can. We have some Coke Zero and some generic Sprite Zero, some lettuce for our guinea pig. I'm going to make something with this gnocchi this week. Almond milk for William's cereal, and that is everything for this week's groceries. Way under budget, which is great. $110 for all of this. Well, it is day one, and we're going to use up some of these peppers that we got from our Ruby's Pantry haul last month. I've had them for about 3 weeks, and it is time to use them up before they go bad. So I'm going to make some stuffed peppers, and I like to cut my peppers in half the long way, so you get a lot of filling and less pepper. That's just my favorite way to do it. So we're going to just cut these in half. I added a little bit of sauce on the bottom of the pan, and now I'm going to make the meat mixture. It's 1 pound of ground beef, along with some cheese. I usually use cheddar cheese, but I had some of this pizza cheese to use up, as well as the pizza sauce, so I'm all about using things up and not wasting them. I also added in some dried onion and some hamburger seasoning, some salt and pepper, and then I like to add in some tomato sauce and then about 1.5 cups of rice. And then you know your hands are your best tools, but before touching raw meat, I do like to put some gloves on. So we're going to glove up and get in here and stir this all together. Now that rice was steaming hot, but thankfully the meat was cool, so it made it a little bit more bearable. So we're just going to stir that all together just like you would any meat mixture, like a meatloaf. And then I'm going to fill each one of these peppers with this meat mixture. I like to fill my peppers with raw meat rather than cooking the beef first, because then you need to cook it in the oven for a good long time, like 1.5 hours, and that makes those peppers nice and soft. I added the rest of my tomato sauce on top, and then I did have a little bit of cheese left, so I sprinkled that on, and I felt really good using up all of the cheese and all of that leftover pizza sauce. Anytime I can use something up makes me feel good that I didn't waste it. Now we're going to bake those for about 1.5 hours. Then I also made some biscuits because we felt like we needed some sort of bread with it, but I didn't have time to make a real loaf of bread, so I did cook up some biscuits. You can see how nice and steamy these are. Stuffed peppers is such a good meal, and it's really actually quite easy. These were so steaming hot, but look, there's a nice sauce on the bottom. The peppers have a little bit of juice, and then that tomato sauce. And I ate these with the biscuits, but we had some jelly, some nice cherry and fig jelly to go along with it. That was the perfect combination for this nice cold Sunday afternoon. Now we're on to day 2, and I don't know why I do it to myself. Every Monday, for some reason, I make some kind of a complicated meal. I need to stop doing that, but today I'm going to make some homemade crab rangoons and some shrimp fried rice. Now these crab rangoons are a recipe I saw scrolling late night on Facebook. You know how that always happens to me. But I had these wonton wrappers I wanted to use up, and I saw somebody make these using wonton wrappers, cream cheese, imitation crab and some hoisin sauce. And then they just stuck them together with a little bit of egg wash and put egg wash on top and cook them in the air fryer. So we're going to try this out. I always have high hopes for these Facebook recipes, and sometimes they work out and sometimes they don't. But we're going to give them a little egg wash and get those in the air fryer, and then we'll start our fried rice. I have this leftover fried rice from yesterday, and I just used my meat chopper and chopped it all up. Leftover rice makes great fried rice, but sometimes it is a little bit hard to work with. I added some garlic and ginger, some soy sauce, some hoisin, and a little bit of sriracha in here. And then in another pan, I fried up some veggies, some broccoli, onions, and peppers. And then I'm also going to get some shrimp cooking. I just melted a little bit of butter and then threw in a bag of frozen shrimp. This was the Great Value small raw shrimp. Added that to my rice. Added some scrambled eggs, and here is our fried rice. It was not too complicated, just a lot of steps for a Monday evening. Now, here are our crab rangoons. You can see how they turned out. I'm going to open one up and let you see the inside. They tasted fine. They were a little bit crispy, but I'll tell you what, I'm just going to buy mine at the Chinese restaurant from now on. It's not worth the hassle. But that was our meal for day 2. Now we're on to day 3, and I am making a family favorite, and this one is actually easy. I just cut up some peppers and onions, and then I also cut up some chicken. This is the raw chicken that comes from Costco in the pack. I think it's about 2 large chicken breasts or so. Seasoned that up and fried it up until that was completely cooked. This is how I like to warm up my tortillas on the stove. It just takes a second. It's quick and easy. It gives them a nice warmth and maybe a little bit of browning. And I like them really simple. Sour cream, some chicken, the peppers and onions, and that's it. They have a great flavor, lots of good veggies. I had a can of refried beans on the side with a little bit of green salsa. This was an easy meal and one of our family's favorites. Chicken fajitas. And now let's check in with William for day 4.
Yes, I'm still recovering from surgery and I'm staying away from people, but Sarah did let me get in the car tonight to take care of my responsibility, and you can't keep a good man down. Wednesday is the day I generally cook, either pizza or burgers, and we locally have the Grinch meal just released here, and we wanted to try it just for some fun thing to do. So I got us some Grinch meals. We're going to watch a family night Survivor and just have a good night and stay warm because it is cold. All right, it's time to taste it. Some gourmet food because nothing's too good for mama. We'll see how it goes.
I got the chicken nuggets. It's either chicken nuggets or a Big Mac.
Yeah, I got the Big Mac. And then they give you a pair of socks. I can't tell what color those are just because the bag is not clear. But a pair of socks.
This is what I'm most looking forward to. It comes with a bag. I got 2 bags. And so, mix shaker. You dump your fries in.
Oh, okay.
And then it comes with Grinch salt. This is supposed to be like pickle flavored salt.
I want to give a shout out to our local McDonald's. They were so busy. We went through the drive-thru and it took a long time to get through. And those kids had the best attitude.
They were so happy.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're gonna put it in.
I'll trade you a fry when we're done. I don't have time to see this to do it.
Oh, you just want to try it?
Yeah, I'm missing my bag.
I'll help you. I have an extra. Shake them up. It's very strong. I don't know if it looks any different. Okay, here's a couple.
You have to tell me who did it better, Sonic or McDonald's.
Ooh. Ooh. Salty, pickly.
Tangy zing.
10 out of 10 for me.
6.9 out of 10.
No way.
Yeah.
They're so good.
But
Yes to the pickle fries. Okay. Otherwise, these are regular chicken nuggets and regular Big Macs, so nothing to show you there. But let's see what kind of socks we got.
Sarah always likes when I cook too.
Ooh, I got the yellow ones.
Gives you kind of a break.
Yes. Those are cute. Look, this on this side and then the Grinch on this side. And I think on the front, Cindy Lou Who. Oh, very cute. Oh, it must be, maybe it's like the week of the yellow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very cute. I can't wait to wear these.
Oh, you got the Grinch face.
Yeah, so cute.
The Grinch meal is at your local McDonald's. Try to get one before they're gone if you're interested at all. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, super fun. Now we're on to day 5, and I was having a little bit of a rough day, and I just did not feel like cooking. So we're going to have a light supper, and we're just going to break into this panettone that we got at Trader Joe's. We love this. It's kind of like a fruit bread. It's called a cake, but it really has a texture more like a bread, and it has a great orange flavor. It has candied oranges and raisins in it, and it is just so good. And I'll show you. It comes with this wax paper on it, and you have to peel that all off. It looks dark, but it's so good. We love this. We get it every year. I'll cut into it, and I'll let you see what it looks like inside. This is a tall loaf. You can see it's kind of yellow. It's very full of raisins, and see the yellow in there? Those are candied oranges. It has such a great citrus flavor. It's got a texture like a light bread, though again, they call it a cake. We like to eat it with just a little bit of butter on it, and I like it best cold, but you can also make French toast with it, and so delicious. Panettone. Now we're on to day 6, and I'm going to make this corned beef brisket in the crock pot. We love corned beef, and every St. Patrick's Day, I buy a few and I put them in the freezer. So this has been there since last year, March, but that's okay. It is perfectly fine. I love to add a little bit of mustard on it and then some brown sugar. That's our favorite way to eat it. A little mustard, a little brown sugar. Put the lid on it, and we're going to cook it all day in the crock pot till it gets nice and tender. Now it's supper time, and I'm going to get the rest finished. I cut up some cabbage and some potatoes and some carrots. I just threw these in a pot with a little bit of water. And then I just added some of my favorite seasons. So I used some of that buttery steakhouse seasoning from Kinder's. And then I have some of this Preacher's possum salt from our friend Harold at Preacher's Day Off. And that's sort of like a seasoned salt. I added on some butter, and then I'm just going to simmer this for about 20 minutes or so. And here we are. This turned into almost like a cabbage soup. It was good and brothy, and it was just so delicious. I just added that to one of these dinner bowls because I wanted to eat it kind of like a soup, and I added that corned beef on top. This was such a good meal. So, William's doing a little bit better. He wanted to get out of the house. I had some errands to run, so he sat in the car while I did it, but he saw an ad for...
Culver's has a frozen hot chocolate concrete mixer. And when in Rome, right?
We're in Wisconsin. We have to try the Culver stuff first, right? So we stopped by and got one. And look, me and this mixer is meant to be.
And I'll tell you real quickly, yes, I got out in the car. I'm self-quarantining until I actually see my doctor on Wednesday. So I'm not around people. But I did like to get out in the fresh air in the car.
Just so he doesn't catch anything with this sinus all packed up. Okay, we're going to taste this. I want to get deep down underneath this whipped cream though. Here we go. Wait, what's it called?
I'll get it wrong because I was probably going to say it 2 different ways right now. But a Culver's frozen hot chocolate concrete mixer.
Something like that, yep. Oh, it's so good. It actually tastes like hot cocoa. It has that gritty hot cocoa stuff on top in a good way.
It reminds me of childhood with that homemade milk and Hershey syrup.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the flavor.
Okay. I mean, Culver's is pretty great anyway, but this is good.
Welcome to Delicious.
And we're on to day 7, and I made 6 different kinds of Christmas cookies this day. So we just took a quick break for lunch and had some leftovers. I put that corned beef all cut up on top of the cabbage, potatoes, and carrots from the day before with a little extra broth and made it like a delicious boiled dinner soup. This was so, so good and extra easy for this day. Here's a sneak peek of all the cookies I made. I made these fun swirl cookies and some thumbprint cookies, Christmas crack, and some original toffee bars. Those are my personal favorites. I also made some of William's favorites, which are these chewy ginger cookies, peanut butter blossoms, and a few chocolate dip pretzels. And if you want to see that full video, it is on our channel, but I'll link it below in the comments. There's two of them. Thanks for coming along with me this week. If you want to see that cookie video, don't forget I will pin it to the top comment under here. That was a day, and there were some fiascos, but it's always fun to make Christmas cookies on a nice snowy day. So I hope you'll watch that video too. And thanks so much for coming along, and we'll see you next week.